Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are now tuning in to the six-man convo. Let's go. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Let's take it to this side. There you go.
There we go. Yeah, much
What's
better.
going on, people? What's going on, man? This your boy Six Man K Styles here. Yeah, I'm on kind of the plain Jane side of the game today. Um, aka Pi May. And to my stage left, you see I glitched up there for a second. I forgot which way. You got your boy Senator Palpatine, the COO himself,
Oh yeah, baby.
Mad Mike Sports. Definitely appreciate everybody tuning in, man. So before we get started, let's go ahead and hit a little bit of that real. We gotta get them speak 3-letter words, man. What you got for them? It is that.
That real rock.
Booyah! Get the music playing a little bit. All right. So we appreciate everybody in here. So let's go ahead and get this roll call cracking. With today's roll call, we're gonna kick it off. That music is louder than I thought. There. Okay, that's better. Today's roll call, we kicking it off with Engine 9, Dirty Bird Dixon. We got Bubba Gump, Joseph Thornton, Pat Norris, Prince Kell 89. We got Jerome 69, Robert Ponder, ATL Leo, Harvey Freeman, Toxic Falcon, King Treyway, Big Ant in the building. We got the Loch Ness. Hey, we got a two-parter for y'all tonight. So I have the part one. Y'all make sure y'all tune in to AFN at 9 o'clock for the Loch Ness podcast.
Oh yeah, baby.
Homie Ty.
Oh, we got some stuff coming for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Got a whole crew over here.
Got D. Coleman, Michael Walker, Keyshawn Vlad, Old Chicken Holler, Prove It. We got the therapist in the building. Girl Sawyer's, she working the game today, so she said she had lunch. So shout out to the queen over there, Tier Sports and Gaming, Terry Lloyd, Coach Unchained, and Jonta Rose Deer. I know you can see the reflection in my motherfucking glasses. Oh, let me make sure. All right, there you go. All right, DJ, cut it.
Cut it, baby.
All right, man. All right. Ooh, yeah. I think in my case I should have said I didn't just say that.
Tell me you didn't just say that.
I didn't just say that. But like I said, hey, as we already know, football week, hey, the week's starting. The week has been started. I want to know how everybody's feeling about Sunday coming up. I want to see some red and black in this chat. And while we getting that going on, Mad Mike Sports. As we already come into this week, there's been a couple of news going on as the Atlanta Falcons have announced the team captains for the 2023 season. You know what? No, before we get to that, let's go ahead and get to this. Atlanta Falcons released the depth chart for week 1 against the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, they did. I must have missed that. God.
Yeah. I ain't gonna get too far deep into it because, like I said, Ty's gonna Ty. He may go ahead and get more in depth in it, but I'm just gonna throw some names out there, if you don't mind. Oh, wait a minute. We got one more. We got one more coming in here.
No.
Oh,
We got we got
it's
the
double bombastic.
Mr. Bombastic.
What's good? How y'all? What y'all up to?
Oh, nothing, boy. We about to catch up on this depth chart here for a few minutes before we get into the main topic of the night. So, for a lot of those that may have seen it, Cordero Patterson, they listed him as the J position for a
The
lot of
Joker.
those.
Cordero Patterson?
The
Mhm.
Joker.
He's
Wow.
the Joker position.
Some people was calling the Jack. It's not defense, you
No.
guys.
It's
Jack is defense. Joker is offense.
That's a lot better than what I thought. I was gonna say junkie, but nah, we
Hey, you know junkies in Atlanta got superpowers, man.
hey.
I know a junkie who built his own car.
built it up. Oh,
Bruh,
that
I'm telling you.
You give a junkie $5, that boy
Man,
gonna
his name Junebug. That man built his own car.
why gotta be somebody with the name Bug in it?
you bud.
But yeah, like you said, pretty typical. Mac Hollins, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Jonnu Smith, pretty much the norm. Matthew Bergeron is getting the start at left guard. But the one thing that surprised me on this is looking at this backup list. They got Jovan Gwynn as the backup left guard.
Who else you got in that spot?
I mean,
The thing is, you gonna do Schaefer. Schaefer did not look good this in preseason. Gwen looked solid in my book.
Right. And then going on the defensive side, it says pretty much the typical Grady Jarrett, David Ayamada, Calais Campbell, Bud Dupree, Caden Ellis, Troy Anderson, Arnold Ebiketie. Let's see, AJ Terrell. They got D Offer listed as the nickelback and having Clark Phillips playing behind him.
Yeah, it's I see similarities of what happened with Troy Anderson last year. I'm not saying that D Offer's gonna go out there and just stink it up and they just gonna give it to Clark. They gonna give D Offer the benefit of the doubt. He did play good last season and he did play solid in the preseason. So they're gonna just let him see what's gonna happen. And I feel like Clark Phillips, he gonna get his reps in the game. He's gonna get some snaps.
Mm-hmm.
He gonna get his reps in the game.
Don't mind that. I'm sitting here doing something right now. Hold on. My apology.
No, I agree. This is interesting for me offensively to have a joker like that. Like that, man, this man really is an innovator. Like he's really bringing back. I wasn't an innovator, but he's bringing back the old school. It's like those positions, like you just don't see that in football like that anymore.
Ken Whisenhunt ran Joker, and Sean Payton ran it here and there too in New Orleans.
Hey, well, look. I was about to say, however the hell he doing it, this is why we call him the mad scientist for a damn reason. But, and you already know Bijan Robinson listed as running back number 1. So, I guess for those in the Bijan Robinson crowd, ain't no need to bitch and moan about him being the number 3 back now.
They was gonna ride, bro. You already know they was gonna ride.
Yeah, I'ma start a ride. Shout out to Jew Talk Sports in the building. 1/3 of heavy hitters. Hey, Got the heavy hitters coming on tomorrow. So hey, we just letting y'all know right then and there. But what y'all think about that depth chart? What are y'all thoughts on that?
I'm Bud Dupree over Lorenzo Carter. I know Bud, the past couple of seasons he just really wasn't looking like himself like he did when he was in Pittsburgh. But I'm just like I said, it's gonna that spot right there gonna be interchangeable. I really think half of the snaps gonna go to Bud and the other half gonna go to Lorenzo. Then you also still got D'Angelo Malone as well. Like our outside linebacker core looks solid for the most part. And then you may see Caden Ellis, if they go to a certain formation, Caden Ellis can play outside linebacker too. So that's the only on the defensive side. That's the only thing I'm scratching my head on. Is like, okay, Bud is over Lorenzo. All right. I like the D line how they got it. Grady Jarrett, Amiyah Calais Campbell. Then the backups behind them is Huggins, Graham, and Harrison. So I like that as well.
Okay.
But B John is wide receiver number one. Not wide receiver. He's running back number one, and then Algier is running back number two. Because remember, a couple of weeks ago, everybody was tripping about, oh man, we drafted a running back that's going to be on third on the depth chart.
Hey, it is what it is. It is.
Don't look. You can't look at the depth chart. You can't look at Arthur Smith's depth chart, especially on the offensive side, and be like, okay, these is where these guys are going to be at. You really don't know. Like I said, it all depends on the formations and the schemes we're going to be running.
Definitely. Yeah. So for me, it was pretty much, like I said, it was pretty much typical. I'm not really surprised as far as the starters per se. Really not even, I say, really outside of Jovan Gwen, I really wasn't surprised on the backups neither. Oh shit! Shout out to LT in the building. Shout out to the world's strongest man.
What the hell are you doing?
Grab the LT. Grab the LT.
Why? we ain't even gonna go down there.
We're gonna leave that one.
We're gonna leave that one alone. But let's get into some of these comments. Let's see. Okay, let's see. People pretty happy about it. The Joker. Dave here said he's looking forward to seeing the defensive game plan against the Panthers. Yes, sir. Coach said the Joker player is for us is not a receiver. Peyton explained it's either a running back or a tight end with exceptional ball skills, and then you can work matchups. I mean, Cordero Patterson did say if they needed him to line up as a tight end, he'll do it too.
I mean, that's it's kind of a weird position, because it fits his skill set, to be honest. He's kind of a big body / tight end / line wide receiver, slot receiver, running back. You can use him in different types of, like, you can pitch the ball. You can use him in different types of wildcat situations and stuff like that. So that's the perfect position for him, to be honest.
If everybody played middle school or high school football, y'all remember the position on offense, the nasty? Y'all ever remember that position?
Yeah.
That's pretty much what the Joker is. It's a nasty. It's called a nasty, but and they don't call it that in college and in NFL. It's the Joker. It's just a guy that, like you said, tight. You can play him as a tight end, receiver, or it's really called the nasty back. But that's what it is. If y'all don't believe me, y'all can look it up.
No, he's not lying. He's not lying. It's just
the time. I just wanted to do it because you said it. You said it the perfect alley for that. I just wanted to do it. Hey,
I can't with y'all, bro. I can't. We can't have a serious moment.
like said, change of pace backs in a fucking wrecking ball. Yup, exactly. Keyshawn Vlad here said there might be a wildcat play in there where Troy Anderson throws the ball since he played quarterback in college. Look here. Look. At this point in time, we don't damn know what the hell they got playing.
That's the thing. They don't damn know, and that's the best way to like. That's the best way. But this is what we've been saying about Arthur. Like you think you figured it out, and he come up with a new strategy
hmm
that like not a lot of teams use. I mean, kind of use it with what that Taysom Hill. They kind of use him in a similar way.
hmm Like he doesn't really have a position. You just go out there. You just fit in where you fit in.
Hmm.
You just fit in where they need you at. So essentially, that's been him anyway. They just officially called him the Joker this year, but he's already been doing that.
Yeah. It's just now we have two proven running. Well, you got Algiers proven running back, but you got also the prodigy in Bijan Robinson that who could be one of the best running backs in the league, as projected to be. Now Cordell doesn't really have to do that anymore. He may end up lining up behind the quarterback right there beside him to run the rock, but that's not going to be his solely position anymore. That's why I said that his now we're going to actually see Arthur Smith's playbook get wide the fuck open now, because you have a guy like you got that position now. You have your running backs.
And I think the very key about that playbook too, as well, is you're essentially really outside of Matthew Bergeron. You pretty much have an offensive line that's pretty much been together. And that's going to be one of the major keys as far as this team is, because it's going to get to what we're talking about as far as the captain thing, because I think that's something that needs to definitely be addressed. Um, but like you said, as far as going into week one, like you said, y'all got plenty of shows to talk about this. A lot of this podcast gonna be talking about this after this show. We got the heavy hitters tomorrow. You got Dirty Bird Thursday, and you got a whole bunch of other shows coming up too. You got Coach Unchained, Blackberry Lorex with the Rex Pit. It's plenty of it. So, God damn it, I done did so much plugging, I forgot what the hell I was gonna say.
Grumpy OGs, Grumpy
The Grumpy
OGs.
OGs, yeah, I can't forget the Grumpy OGs, man. Hey, look, hey, y'all been waiting for them. They coming. Y'all better be on your P's and Q's, because if you don't, you gonna hear a whole bunch of dumb motherfucker rants, and I'm here to laugh at all of them.
The Don's favor is exclusively now on
Yeah,
TikTok
yeah.
and on Instagram.
And
That's all
also,
it is.
also OG TV, which is OG Big Sam, got Wicked T Wednesday at 1 tomorrow. So y'all be on the lookout for the community tab for that one. But I say let's go ahead and go right into the main topic for the night. Um, as y'all saw in the thumbnail, the Atlanta Falcons have announced the captains for this team this year.
Oh boy.
If y'all don't know who the captains are, it's Jake Matthews, Grady Jarrett, Chris Lindstrom, Jesse Bates, Young Wei Cooper. Now I'm gonna ask my brothers over here. I'm gonna ask everybody in the chat. When you see those 5 names, what do you think that tells you? I'm trying to see if we on the same page here, because it's telling me one thing and one thing only. But I want to hear from y'all first.
All right, let's start with the guys who were not on the, who were not captains last year. All right, Jesse Bates. Let's look at him. All right, now the man, he's an All Pro. Yeah, he was never a captain with the Bengals, but I feel like on the defensive side, he's been playing longer than AJ Terrell. So remember, AJ Terrell was our captain last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they took that away from him, and they gave it to Jesse Bates. I feel like he earned that position, yes. And I some people like, well, he just got on the team. Okay, well, who else outside of Grady Jarrett on our defense is proven? Outside of him, Grady Jarrett, Calais Campbell. I know Calais Campbell was another person they could have been like, okay, well, he could be a captain, but at Calais Campbell age, do you really want to be a captain? And then on top of that, you mentoring the young rookies in Harrison. So Bates is a good pick in my book to be the captain. Now on the other side of the ball, we have Chris Lindstrom. Now I know me and Matt Mike we kind of went at it a couple of months ago about Chris Lindstrom and him being the face of the team now. Well, you just paid this man all this money. All right, gave him. He's like one of the highest paid guards in football, and I feel like he earned that spot as well. Like not only on the field but off the field. Like never heard of Lindstrom getting any problems with anybody. Um, he ain't never got pulled over by the police. None of that. Like I'm pretty sure he's a leader up, amongst all the players up there in Flowery Branch. So I'm good with that as well. Young Way, he was the captain last year. He can be the captain again this year. I'm fine with that. Same thing with Grady Jarrett as well. So like I like the move. I like the picks as for the captains.
Um, I mean, if you look at it, um, you have a captain on every level.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I like. And I always say like the captain should be the guy that had the most experience uh, in that system, that know the system, and they have to be the best player. I don't think offensively you can say that Drake London is a leader. Desmond Ridder isn't a leader. Mac Hollins isn't that guy. I mean, you can make an argument with CP, but like he's not the best player. Um, so I have no issue with it. I like it. Jake Matthews. I mean, he's a fucking stud, man. Chris Lindstrom is a stud. Grady Jarrett, it just speaks for itself. When we got Jesse Bates, I mean, he just went through a whole championship run with the Bengals. So like he can, kind of teach these guys like what it takes to be, what it takes to try to prepare yourself for that deep playoff push and run. So him, Young Wei Koo, like he's special teams. He's one of the best kickers in the league. So like, who you like? Let's be real. Who you gonna like? Calais Campbell. He's been with the team 1 year. His reputation speaks for itself. He don't need a title of it, like a title of a captain. He's Calais Campbell. He don't need that. That's artificial for him. So like for me, I like it. At the end of the day, I like it. So I don't have a problem with it.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna tell you. Well, what these captains are telling me, and what they're telling everybody else that nobody's really paying attention to, is essentially what these captains represent. They represent the identity of what they want this team to be. When you look
Mhm.
at in the perspective of the positions that they play, What has Terry Fontenot? Well, what have they been trying to build this team to be the last couple of years? Physical football, run the football, be comparable on defense. This has been the complete opposite of what this team has been before this regime came in. Now, like I said, now you're seeing where the vision of where they want to be at. Like I said, Grady Jarrett and Jake Matthews are the longest tenured players on this team. And you said something interesting too about Calais Campbell, and I saw somebody asked about how they were surprised that Calais Campbell wasn't picked. I agree with Mike on this one. That man been in the league. This man been in the league so long, but you don't need to put no captain badge on him. Mother 6'8", 305 pounds. You think ain't
Yeah,
nobody listening?
He walk
yeah.
in any film room or any position room, people gonna stop and listen to this man, no matter what.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And Terry Lloyd here said, "When's the last time you had three captains in the trenches? It don't happen too often. You usually see it with teams that whose identity is established with running the football. You see that a lot. You see that plenty of times. It's just that as a Falcons fan, we haven't seen it like that. Lee 85, what's going on, man? Uh, Hold on, D. Coleman said it would be hilarious to see Yo and Couture the kickoff team. Man, they should have been. They, I don't even want to go down that road again. So no, I'm not doing it. For my sanity, I'm not doing it. But it doesn't surprise me. I ain't gonna say it doesn't surprise me. I'm gonna say it's typical. Um, and like I said, and all this comes with a little bit of, I wouldn't say controversy, but a little bit of angst behind it because there's a portion of people, and y'all seen it all online here, all over Falcons media, social media, and a lot of the content spaces is they're disappointed that Desmond Ridder wasn't named a captain on the team, despite the fact that a lot of the players were advocating his leadership qualities. Now, before I get my take on that, I want to get y'all takes on that. How do you feel about Desmond Ridder not being named captain since for some reason every team's captain has to be a quarterback for some people?
The coaches give out captains, and that's the thing. Yeah, you got, because I think what Bryce Young is a captain for the Panthers, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the thing. Like Arthur Smith knows what he's doing. All right, and let's be real. Like most of the players that we drafted were captains on their own football team in college. I don't know if anybody noticed that. Like guys like Taquan Graham, Ogundeji, all these guys. No, yeah, these guys were captains in college. So so they pretty much made the decision to give these titles to certain players who earned it. Here in Atlanta, you have to earn the titles. You have to earn everything. We're not going to just give you a captain because you're the quarterback. We're not going to give you the captain because you were drafted in the top 5. We're not doing that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Our kicker, Younghoe Koo, is a captain. Like that should tell you everything.
And I think essentially, like when it comes down to Desmond Ritter, is like when you think about this is, and we've kind of had the conversation earlier in the day before the show where it was like, what you're essentially doing is you're letting Desmond Ritter build his way up to that moment to where he could be considered a captain by title. There's always different types of leaders out here. You got guys out here that you may never thought, okay, this dude was an integral part of developing this company. He's not a CEO. He's not on the board. He's just a motherfucker that knows somebody that worked there. Like I said, a lot of captains and a lot of leaders don't have to be captains.
Yep.
Leadership is shown by what you put out there. Are you willing to pick your brother up when the chips are down and stuff like that? These are the leadership qualities that Desmond Ridder does have, that you don't have to put a captain badge on him for that to happen. We saw it last year. And to be honest with you, and I'm going to say it like this, the main people that are upset about this, I'm going to use an analogy here. You got the mindset of an OnlyFans model that hate men. Can't stand men, but need men for their money.
Mm-hmm.
All over social media, all in these content spaces, we've hearing this all the time. We've been hearing this. Dancing, all that. But if you want a show that's gonna give it to you on all three phases of what the argument is, come over here on AFN side of the game, where we speak. And Keyshawn Black here said it. You don't have to be a captain to be a leader. That's elementary 101 right there, y'all.
I think everybody have, like, especially as a rookie, like for me, I'll just tell you how the hierarchy is for AFN. Like we have different people for different jobs. Like when it comes down to situations where um it has the potential to get really personal. Like for me, I revert to OG Sam and OG Chauncey because obviously they live longer than us. They've been through more than us. So like for me personally, if I got an issue that that could potentially blow up because I took something the wrong way or I need to like, all right, Sam, what do you think about this? You know what I'm saying? OG, Chauncey, what you think about this situation? Am I tripping? Do I need to let this go or do I need to act on this fast? I revert to them on these things. And then you got Maggie, who's the CEO. She handle all the business aspect. We talk things over, but at the end of the day, if she feels like, all right, this is the right business move for us, I'm gonna say, all right, I'm a backer. But like when day-to-day operations, me, K Styles, and done like that, we handle the day-to-day operation when it comes down to the shows, how we get on it, the topics, how we put everybody in certain positions, like the character development, all of this. Like we have different leadership and skills, and this is the same thing when it comes down to like a captain versus a quarterback, and like he hasn't earned that ability to be a captain because a captain has to have all of those things in one. Now he's a leader. A leader is a guy who is just in you. Like when to assert yourself. When a guy needs a pep talk. He's a leader, but he hasn't learned how to be a captain, and the captain has to be able to like, all right, this is a situation. We down. We need to do this. We need to be able to strategize. He has to know that. And the guys that we have right there, those guys know the strategy. They know when they need to, to buckle down. They know when they need to work on this and that and tell this guy to do that. They already know that. He hasn't earned that right yet. So he doesn't need to be a captain. Captain is just think about this. A leader is something you're born with. Captain is something that's a trait that you learn over time. and he hasn't had experience, and he hasn't had a lot of time, so he doesn't deserve to be. He hasn't earned the right to be a captain yet.
Bam Bam Shiskum Bob, all that right there, man. So we're not really looking too deep into the I call it the made up argument, the made up want to be argument, just for the simple fact that they still mad that this guy's the quarterback of the team. And like at this point in time, I'm about over it. Like you said, the season's about to start. You either deal with it or you damn don't. At the end of the day, as Falcon fans, we won't see this team win games.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to see this team win games the right way, which would be balanced offense, getting off the field on third down, don't turn the ball over.
Man,
That's
people
all.
that still hating on Desmond Ridder, man. I hope tomorrow when y'all go to Krispy Kreme or Dunkin' Donuts, whatever donut establishment y'all go to, I hope when y'all eat a jelly-filled donut, that stuff get all on y'all damn clothes.
How did I, this nigga, how did I know it was going to be a food
You know, a food analogy was coming. You know, oh boy, only done. That's why he's the done.
That's why he died, bro. Like you said, that's why he died, bro.
Oh boy,
I didn't say anything violent. Did
Yeah,
I?
they never violent. I mean, technically, it would be
you
violent
right.
because
Yeah,
it's
hey, man.
devouring food. I mean, that's a sort of violence, but it's not bloody violence. It's
No, they just gonna
total
mess up their they gonna mess up their clothes and then they gonna waste their money.
This man really
Hey,
pulled it
really
off.
came on the head and wish jelly stains on people's clothes.
That
Oh
junk,
my God,
that
man.
junk, don't get that raspberry because that junk will not come out your clothes.
hey, okay, but yeah, like you said, man, that's all we ask for, man, and like I said, we not looking too deep into this captain shit because, like I said, at the end of the day, no matter who's a captain, no matter what, if all 22 guys, if all 11 guys on both sides of the ball are not playing as one cohesive unit, you're going to see the results of that on Sunday. So, um, I want to read a quote. Y'all don't mind if I read a quote because we got about 15 more minutes. I want to get y'all thoughts on this quote. So Terry Fontenot recently did an interview, and he had this quote here that I got, and it's very interesting because it goes basically into what we've been talking about as far as what we want this team to be. Um, he says, "You have." So the question was on coming out of the salary cap constraints of the last 2 years to get the cap to a healthy level and keep winning that way in the long term. He said, you have to have consistency in what you do. You always have to think long term. You can never just be a prisoner of the moment and can do whatever you can do for the day. You have to think long term. We never say we're just trying to win this game. We are trying to have a sustained winner and building a championship roster one player at a time, but not just for 1 year. We want a sustained winner. You see it all the time, not just in football, but any sport or any walk of life. When you're just thinking in the moment, you're making decisions just about now. Sometimes you have to make sacrifices in everything we do for right now. So that's going to help you later having that discipline. So we have to be consistent and have discipline in the way we make decisions. If we do that, then we can consistently continue to win right now, but then also we're not putting ourselves in a tough situation in the future. So I would say we would just have to be consistent and have discipline. What's your take on that?
Wait, now.
Uh, like we said, man, we've been saying this for the past 2 or 3 years about the different phases they installed, and like to be honest with you, man, like I'm like I said, I've always been a fan of Forno, and what he pretty much telling us like we winning now, we're going to win this year, we're going all in, and the only team that's gonna stop, the only people that's gonna stop us is ourselves. You know, and we as Falcons fans, we know this very so well with the old regime. We hadn't had all this talent and stuff here, and like we can't get out of our damn way. So to me, it's playoffs or bust.
Hmm.
Now I know Matt Mike he said NFC Championship is the ceiling for us, and I'm not gonna really cap it because I feel like this team is can go the distance. It's all about coaching, players executing, and if we can stay healthy. If we can do those three things right there, week in and week out, we can be hosting the LeBron Trophy and marching it down Peachtree in February.
And it's very interesting you say that because that's what Lance Campbell said too. He said the goal is the Lombardi this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not about how many players that you can send to the Pro Bowl, which Pro Bowl don't really mean shit no more.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's not about again on ESPN top 10 at night. It's not about you know it's it's really just about winning. That's what we want to do. We want to win. We want to prove to the naysayers that we are the team to beat. And when y'all see this logo, when y'all come here to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, or we go to y'all stadium, y'all gonna be intimidated. Not just this season, but for seasons to come.
Right. Um, let's see. Ghost Peppers, what's going on? Yeah, make sure I get some flowers to Auntie Pam. She just chimed in the chat for everybody. John St. Clair was happening. Ghost Peppers said, giving an inexperienced quarterback a C on his jersey is like a participation trophy that no true leader should want. Let Ridder earn it. I'm sure he feels the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And then the thing about it too is when you look at Desmond Ridder and you see all the chirping and stuff that's been going on this whole off season. Essentially, by them not giving him the C, it's giving him, it's taking all that attention away from him. Even though he's still
Mm-hmm.
going to have a lot of attention. But could you imagine the outrage that would happen in Atlanta if they would have threw a C on his damn chest?
Mm-hmm.
So they cut the middleman out and say, okay, we already know nobody believes in you. We already know the city of Atlanta doesn't like you. But what the city of Atlanta, some of the fans don't realize by y'all chirping the way y'all doing about the guy, you're essentially took the pressure off of him. Y'all thinking y'all putting pressure on him, but you're taking pressure off of him by doing that.
Yeah,
Think
and
about
it's
think about it like this. If somebody keep telling you you ain't worth shit, you ain't shit.
yep, and you gonna believe it. It's called self fulfilling prophecy. And the thing about this is not even just Ritter, AJ Terrell. AJ Terrell. Look, the reason, and I'm glad they took the C off him and gave it to Bates. This man is coming up for a contract. All
Mm-hmm.
right, so it's gonna humble him a little bit. He gonna play hard, and he gonna earn that new deal that we're gonna give him.
Mm-hmm.
Just think about that. Let that marinate a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And
Um,
go ahead, Mike.
no, I kind of agree with both of you. I think honestly, when it all come down to it, like as a coach, your job is to motivate players and to figure out what those small quirks is in his personality to get him to like, all right, put a little extra oomph to it. I think this is one of those moves. If anybody, if the one thing that no team wants to happen is really to actually be good. Nobody wants that. Falcons fans don't want that. The media sure as hell don't want that. With all this shit they've been talking about, they gonna look like some fucking idiots. Every last one of them gonna look stupid. All their credibility is gonna go out the door. Every word that y'all said, you need Arthur Smith as an idiot, and Terry need to be fired because he didn't trade for this guy. He didn't draft Trey Lance and all this. If he end up being good, everybody looks stupid. So all the pressure is already off him, like right off the bat, all the pressure on him. You're actually helping him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, you're actually helping him not putting that seat on the chest because y'all don't believe in him anyway. And you put it on him, they're gonna add even more fire up you to the fire. So it's like he has no pressure. All he can do right now, y'all don't believe in anyway. So if he end up stinking up the joint, y'all ain't gonna care.
This
Y'all ain't
this
gonna care regardless. So
this
look, he comes out, he balls, he gonna have the biggest grin on his face like Mike Tyson did, knocking out all those guys. He gonna look. Do you know how Tyson with a little smirk on his face
Mm-hmm.
after he knock a motherfucker out? This is how he gonna look when he comes out. He balls. He gonna have that same smirk. I told you, motherfucker, not to fuck with me. I told you I was that dude. I told you I was that dude.
but
That's
you
all
know
he's gonna do.
but you know what, this fan base is I'm a break down the hatred in this fan base, and they're subcategories. You got some haters in this fan base that are these Georgia Bulldogs fans because they're upset because we didn't draft Jalen Carter or we don't have enough Bulldogs on this team. You got some subgroup that want Arthur Smith gone. They want Deion Sanders. They want Eric Bieniemy as the head coach. You got some, and this is a big subcategory group who want us to tank for Caleb Williams or tank for now Sanders' son, Deion Sanders' son.
Oh, I'm just not hearing about that too. Now all of a sudden, now Shador Sanders is the must
Mhm.
have guy.
And I'm like, y'all motherfuckers, y'all ain't watched not one Jackson State football game last year. But y'all seen one game of him playing against TCU, and y'all just said, "Oh man, we need to tank for this kid." And then you also got some people who just they're so traumatized by being a Falcons fan to the point of they feel like, well, we have to move on from Arthur Smith to go with something new because it's not coming fast enough for them. Posterity is not coming fast enough.
Mm-hmm.
Guys gotta wait. Yo, some of them still mad. You right about this, Devon. Some people mad about that we still ain't drafted Justin Fields. And what the hell have he done for the Chicago Bears since he was there?
He
Mm-hmm.
ran and dove on the ground in the damn water. That's what he did. That's it.
See, my thing is for some people will never be satisfied until they get the quarterback they want. They don't give a damn about how the team is built, but if the quarterback ain't the guy they want, it's a problem. And this is where we have to get out of this mindset of the quarterback is the only position that matters on this team, because it is not. And I can prove it to you why it's not. Now, they are the point guard. They are an integral piece of the team, but they're not the most important. And the reason why I say it is, when it comes to certain quarterbacks, we always judge them based on the talent around them. When you have one quarterback, you may say, well, he got all this stuff around him, such and such and such. But then when it comes to certain quarterbacks that may fit your narrative, you always say, well, if he would have had an offensive line that could protect him. If the quarterback is the most important guy on the field, with the offensive line wouldn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to get out of this mindset that nobody else matters. This is where the problem lies.
Mm-hmm.
Is anybody saying Desmond Ridder is going to be the quarterback down the line, 10 years in line? We don't know. But what you want Terry Fontenot and them to do is to build a solid foundation to where it's a plug and play system. This is what all the great teams, this is what all the consistent winning teams do. They have plug and play systems. So if anybody comes up for a major contract and they may not want to pay the guy, they already got his replacement that they've been grooming for the last 2 years. This is what Terry Fontenot was talking about in that quote I just read.
Wow. I'm sorry. I just looked at Cordell Patterson's new profile pic on Twitter.
Oh God.
He got the Joker.
Right.
I'm trying to tell people that it's a Joker. Like people are, it's the Jack. No, it's not. The Jack is the defense.
Yeah.
Jack is like a hybrid of a linebacker and a safety.
Right. And like Brand, shout out to Brandon here. He said people still butthurt about Lamar and Deshaun. And that's the thing. Like you said, Desmond Ridder is a boring quarterback. We understand that. Hell, I've understood that after his sophomore year at Cincinnati. He is a boring ass quarterback. But guess what? With them boring ass quarterbacks, you just need them to do their job.
Look, let me tell you something about boring people. Let's look at Bill Gates. Boring as hell. Steve Jobs, when he was living, boring as hell. Jeff Bezos, boring as hell. What all these damn boring guys have in common?
Elon Musk is boring and lame as fuck. He is lame as shit. He probably so funny, and it's like, all right, you trying to crack a joke? Oh, okay, all right.
He got too much time on his damn head. Who the fuck gonna call Twitter X? What the point of that was?
Just lame, like just lame as hell. I mean, just look. Don't even get on that Zuckerberg. He the poster boy of lame. Okay.
I ain't bothered with you. I ain't bothered.
Look at his damn nostrils. Look like just look at his nose. His nose all. Never mind. I'm about to go. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave him alone. I'm gonna leave Zuckerberg alone. Cause I need my Facebook page back. I'm gonna leave him alone.
Shout out to Wolf in the damn building, man. I bet you I show Wolf some love. Said William Regal was born. Hey, William Regal was one of my favorites. I don't give a damn.
Hey, I love when he had that cut off on Raw. Boy, I was so mad. I said, this really just cut off Raw and went black. I'm like, you asshole. Are you serious?
Oh,
Yeah.
look, hey. I tell you one thing about William Regal. He may have been quote unquote boring, but in that locker room, you better ask them wrestlers. They was not fucking with him.
No, he whooped that ass. That dude, yeah, he was a bare knuckle boxer. You don't want, nope. You leave them dudes alone. You leave them
Exactly.
dudes alone.
But, but Dave here, he said, I want to see Ritter spread the ball around. If he's locking in on Drake, that could be an issue. Um, oh,
You ain't got to worry about with that. Desmond is not that type of quarterback. Well, he's never been the quarterback to lock on one target.
mhm.
I
he
mean,
just had
you
no,
saw
he
good.
just had no damn choice last year because who the hell outside of Drake London he was throwing the ball
That's
to?
it. Cordero was essentially a running back, so you can't. And he was kind of getting worn down last year. So and he was coming off a knee, like a knee procedure. So it's like you couldn't use him. So kind of had to focus
All
on
right.
Drake.
All right, y'all. It's about 9 o'clock right now. Let's go ahead and close this out. I will make sure y'all go ahead and go to the pinned comment section.
Mm-hmm.
Check out my boy Ty on the Lot Ness podcast over on AFN.
Yeah.
We getting you
We're
gonna
gonna
be
have the rest of the crew. We're gonna have the crew to come on there and welcome it in. So
exactly.
be sure to go and hit that subscribe button on this channel, man. Help him get to 100. And
Mhm.
like I said, this is a family, and we're going to give you everything all the way from Georgia Tech. We're gonna have some takes even on Michigan. Okay, we're gonna have some Michigan football. We're gonna be talking about wrestling. You saw that the other day. We're gonna be talking about everything. So whatever you like, you want us to do a take, a video, or a show, just put it in the description. Put it in the description. Put it in the comments. So K Styles, myself, we see Jew Talk Sports. We see all the comments. So we look, we watch everything. We respond to every comment. But like if you want us to give a take on anything, just anything sports related, Braves, hell, it can be hockey. Hell, I try to do my damn best to. Hell, ever since they took our damn thrashers, I've been mad as hell. Like
Hold on, who you telling
I've been
that?
on strike. I've been on strike for hockey since they took away my team.
Let's
I've
sit
been
your
on
ass.
strike. I'm dead serious. What you laughing for?
I,
I've been on
I,
strike, bro.
I,
Hey,
I'm not on strike, but I love the Canucks and I love the Islanders, so I go for them.
man, when Vincent LeCavalier retired, I was kind of done with it. LeCavalier, yeah, I was a Tampa. I used to like the Tampa Bay Lightning as well. So,
Man, I had the Kovalchuk jersey, man, for the Thrashers.
I
man,
love some Danny Hitley, Kovalchuk. What was damn the goalie? I forget his name.
I
Damn.
forgot his name too.
Um.
Savard was with us
So
too.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
We
So,
know some hockey now. I know some hockey.
hey, but like I said, man, y'all make sure y'all go over to AFN and tune in over there for the Loch Ness podcast. Like I said, it's in the pinned comment in the chat. So until next time, people, we ain't here to play.
Mm-hmm.
We here to stay.
Oh yeah.
You ain't got to go home.
But you gotta get the hell out of here. Oh yeah.
Deuces. All right.